Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rook and I'm back with another BrownDust 2 video. This will be a guide for the second anniversary, or at least the beginning of the second anniversary, just because we have so much more coming up. But at least for the start of the second anniversary, there's tons of content happening right now. We have new costumes, we have a lot of costume reruns, we have the new banners, of course, we have new event storylines, new event battles you have to go ahead and complete in order to get more tickets, more dia. Tons and tons of content happening right now, so let's go ahead and go through all of this. This is gonna be more so for the newer players, but maybe some older players might find some benefit from some of the content I'll be discussing in this video here. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, of course, you're probably wondering, how do I access the free costumes? Because of course there are a couple free costumes rerunning in addition to a brand new free costume being able to be received right now. So once you open up your home screen here, at the very bottom you'll have a little event tab, so go ahead and click on that and you'll see multiple different tabs happening here. A lot of them will say pick up mission at the very top here, but as you keep proceeding you should see 4 tabs total, and it will say costume mission. There should be 4 of them. Right now there's only 2 just because I've already completed 2 of them, but they all kind of work the same. Essentially, as soon as you click on this tab, there will be an option that says acquire the costume immediately. Go ahead and click on that. That's your first base copy of the costume. Of course, the nice thing about these free costumes is they give you +5, so you're able to completely finish, I guess MLB the costume is what the term would be used in like Nikkei, for example. But you'll get your +5 upgrade for this costume here. So go ahead and once you go ahead and go through all these missions over here, which are pretty simple, you just take them into battle, do you raise their level, rank them up. Again, very simple missions, especially as a beginner. You shouldn't have too much trouble, especially with a lot of the resources they'll give you as a beginner. And it's nice that they give you 4 free costumes. Again, that is for the Wedding Eclipse, which is the brand new costume, Summer Dalvey, in addition to Bunny Morphy and Rue here. So again, you definitely want to go ahead and take advantage of this because these are free costumes and you don't have to use any tickets for it, which is kind of nice. We'll come back to these pickup mission passes here. We'll come back to that in a little bit. So next up, you're probably wondering, okay, so how do I pull for the new costumes? Because right now we have the Wilhelmina banner, which I'm sure a lot of you guys, especially if you're newer to BrownDust 2, you probably already saw, or maybe her animation or her design. You're like, well, I definitely want her, and I don't blame you. So let's go ahead to this draw area over here, and you'll see a bunch of these little banners happening here. We're gonna go ahead and scroll a little bit down, and we'll start seeing the actual banners that are currently ongoing as of right now. So of course we have Pool Party Justia. She has a gacha skin available if you're interested in that. Then there's a weapon banner for her. We have Therese, Beachside Angel Therese. She's really good meta wise from what I understand, so maybe it's worth pulling. I might have to pull for more copies for her, maybe, we'll see. There's her weapon, of course, and then of course we have the Wilhelmina banner, her weapon, and then the Nebris banner. You gotta get Nebris to +5. I don't know if she's actually meta or not. She's just my favorite character in BrownDust 2, or at least tied with my favorite character of Eclipse. But yeah, I love Nebris, so +5 was a given for her. But back to the business here. Water Park Queen Wilhelmina. She is the brand new debut banner for BrownDust 2 and for the second anniversary here. I already got her to +5. And the nice thing about BrownDust 2 is if you're interested in getting her animation as a lobby screen, it's not like in Nikkei where you have to MLB the character or the costume in order to unlock the lobby animation. You just need one of this costume here, so you just have to get her to +0, so that's just one copy. If you want to get her to +5, you can. That just increases her strength and her power. That's the reason why I did it, just because I know I'm going to use her quite a bit. Her banner is going to be going on until July 3rd, so if you're watching this video before that time, there's your opportunity to go ahead and pull for her. She's not a limited costume from what I understand, but this is her banner. This is the best opportunity to go ahead and get her. The nice thing too about BrownDust 2 is there's a nice exchange system here, or a pity system. So at the very bottom here, you'll see exchange, and you're able to exchange for a copy of Wilhelmina for only 200 pulls. So every 200 pulls, you'll get 1 copy of Wilhelmina. So that's very nice for sure. Usually in BrownDust 2, you won't have that much bad luck. You should be able to get 1 copy before 200 pulls, but it does happen every now and then. It happened with me with Wilhelmina. It took me until the 300th pull to get my first copy of Wilhelmina, not counting the pity. So it happens every now and then, but it's very rare. So that's quite nice. So these are the banners that's happening here, and it is constantly rotating out. Next up, you guys want to go ahead and go toward the event mission. So once you're like pulling on a lot of these banners, whichever ones you're interested in, the nice thing is there are these costume pickup missions. And there's usually a couple of them going on. Right now we have these 4 occurring right now, and as you pull for these characters and you get multiple copies, they reward you by giving back draw tickets. It's a really nice reward system. It's really interesting. You don't really see this in most gacha games. I don't really play other gacha games where this is really a thing, but it's really nice that in BrownDust 2 they actually have this. They've had this for a long time. But it's a really nice system. So for example, Wilhelmina here, I got her to +5, so each time I got a copy of her, they gave me back 10 draw tickets, which it definitely helps recuperate the lost funds. Of course, you don't get back all the tickets or all the dia you used, but it's nice to at least get some draw tickets back for at least pulling for the character and succeeding in getting an extra copy of her. So that's quite nice. So definitely go ahead and take advantage of that. As you can see here, you definitely want to go ahead and get these free pulls, especially for the newer costumes you'll be getting like Xanath that will be coming up I think in the next 2 weeks or so. So now you're also probably wondering, okay, so once I get these character costumes, how do I get set that as the lobby animation? So it's pretty simple. At the very top right here, you'll see a little house image here with a little settings logo attached to it. Go ahead and click on that. That is your lobby setup screen here. You'll have 4 tabs here. You'll have the story effect, you'll have cutscene effect, you'll have standing illustration, and then you'll have affinity effect and interaction. You're going to go to the second one, cutscene effect, and these are where all the animations are, and that's where you're able to set up them as set each one as your one of your lobby animations. So you have 20 spots, so you can go ahead and fill up all those spots, and you'll be able to set them all up as your lobby animations here, which is quite nice. You can also set up your interactives as lobby animations. Another aspect about the interactions, which is quite nice, so the actual live 2Ds here, kind of jumping around the place here, but we'll keep going here. You're probably wondering about that as well. How do I unlock the live 2D interactive modes for these costumes? Wilhelmina just got a new live 2D. How do I unlock her? So you're going to go ahead to the bottom right of your screen here, and as you're scrolling through, you'll see a content pack here. At the very end, you're going to see Gluppy Diner. Go ahead and click on that. So in order to actually get the the live 2D interactive mode, it is a bit of a process. So first of all, I probably should actually go back to here, this main screen here. So we're gonna go back to companion, and we're gonna go to Wilhelmina here. So I need to specify this. In order to unlock the live 2D of a certain character, you need their specific costume. So for example, Wilhelmina, I'm using her as an example here, but there are 2 versions of Wilhelmina currently. There is Iron Monarch Wilhelmina, and then we have Water Park Queen Wilhelmina. And Wilhelmina currently has a live 2D that is available. In the next day, I believe we should be able to unlock it, just because it's a 3-day process to unlock the live 2Ds each time. But you need this specific costume to unlock it. The live 2Ds are linked to the rewards, linked to the costumes, not to the character itself. All because you have this other version of Wilhelmina does not mean you automatically have the ability to unlock the live 2D for Wilhelmina. You need this specific costume for Wilhelmina in order to unlock it. That's kind of how it works. It's similar to a costume like, let's use Nebris for example. Nebris has a live 2D, but the live 2D is only applicable if you have new hire Nebris. It doesn't work if you have Labyrinth Gatekeeper Nebris, or for example, Laidback Lifeguard Nebris. So in that way, you need this specific Nebris in order to get her live 2D. So that's how it works for a lot of the characters. Unfortunately, you don't really have, you need to have specifically the costume associated with that live 2D, just to make it very clear. Again, you only need 1 copy of the costume though, so you don't have to get +5 or anything similar to the lobby animation. You just need 1 copy, that +0 for the costume, and that's all you need. So back to the Gluppy Diner here, just because I got a little sidetracked there, but I definitely felt like it was important to discuss that, just so there wasn't any confusion. So at the very top left here, you should see a faded guest icon show up here. I've already started the faded guest, which is why it's not showing up anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead towards the records here. But there are a total of 10 episodes, so it's kind of a storyline that's going on here where you kind of play as a self-insert character, and you end up getting to know each one of like the waifu characters in BrownDust 2. And by the end of the 10th episode, it will immediately unlock the live 2D. Unfortunately, how it works is it is a bit of a waiting game. The first day that you start doing this, it's 4 episodes are available. The next day, it will be 3 episodes, and the last day, the last 3 episodes. So it is a 3-day process. Again, a bit of a waiting game, but at the end of it, you get quite the reward with the live 2D interactive mode. I haven't seen it yet, obviously, since I haven't unlocked it yet, but I'm very excited too, because I'm sure they're gonna do really good with it. I'm pretty sure at least, but we will see for sure once they unlock it. And maybe I'll make a video about that too. We'll see. So that's the major points to cover in regards to the Live 2D Interactive. You're also probably wondering, okay, so how do I acquire pulls in BrownDust 2? How do I gain more draw tickets, more dia? There's tons of ways to do it. First of all, of course, you want to go ahead and make sure you're doing your dailies. This is a gacha game. We're going to go into mission here. You have your dailies. Of course, you also have your weekly missions. So log in daily. You get, I believe, how many dia is this? It is, I can't even read that, 60 dia each time. So you get 60 dia every day, essentially, anytime you complete your daily missions. In addition, you get 200 dia for every week you do your dailies, or every week you do your weekly missions. So definitely go ahead, taking advantage of that. Of course, these don't sound like a lot of dia, a lot of rewards, but over time it does stack up. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Plus, you get a bunch of draw tickets. In addition, we do have a lot of times we have event stories that's happening. So let's go ahead and go toward this. So the Midsummer Dream. So this is one of the event stories that's happening here, one of the events. So for Midsummer Dream, there is a story component here. This is one of the side stories of this anniversary. We'll let it load for a second here, and there you go. Right now, all of it isn't unlocked just yet, but at least you're able to do half of it currently. I believe that's half. Yep, yeah, half. And the nice thing is, each time you complete one of these little short story episodes, you get 70 dia, which again, it's definitely helpful. You could use those dia to pull on characters in addition to draw tickets. You also get the event currency. And for the event currency, you could use that to redeem them for the event shop here. So in the event shop, you'll have access to purchase items such as draw tickets. You can buy more draw tickets. You get Tears of Goddesses, which I highly recommend you guys go ahead and purchase. You can get UR gear, again, highly recommend you guys go ahead and purchase. That's definitely your priority purchases in my opinion. In addition, of course, you could also get more of the event currency through playing normal battle. And normal battle is nice because as you go through the normal battle and complete each one, you get dia and you get the event currency. So in normal battle, that's definitely a benefit there. Plus in challenge mode, you don't get dia unfortunately, but you do get event currency. Plus you get these golds, which again, it definitely helps. And now we're going to go ahead toward the event pack. So this is actually the major, it's called Splash Queen. This is the major storyline here. And I don't know what it just did, but okay. We're going to go ahead to over here, I guess. And in Splash Queen, there are different modes here. So we have normal mode, we have hard mode, and we have very hard mode. And the nice thing is, each time you complete a mode, you get 10 draw tickets. Now, if you're an older player, you should have a pretty easy time beating it in very hard mode. I've been playing for about a year now at this point. And I'm not even using really meta characters with meta setups or kits or anything. And I'm able to easily clear very hard mode. It's not much of an issue. But if you're maybe a newer player who's really just now starting, normal mode you shouldn't have any issue with just because it's made to be very easy. Hard mode you should maybe be able to do, maybe after some grinding. Very hard mode you may have some difficulty with at the beginning. So don't be too bummed out if you don't get these 10 draw tickets. But you definitely want to at least try to go ahead and get up to hard mode and defeat that so you get those 10 draw tickets. In addition, when you do a lot of these other character packs and stuff, you get a lot of dia, which again, it's quite nice. I believe in Contract Wars, you could also get you get the draw tickets. As you can see, I didn't even finish this one, but that's 10 draw tickets that's just waiting for me. In addition, you definitely want to go ahead and grind through the story here. You have all these story packs you guys can go ahead and do. They each have, I believe, a normal. Let's see, it's been a while since I've done them. Yeah, normal, hard, and very hard. So you want to go ahead and complete as many of them as possible because you get lots of dia. Lots of rewards each time here. Yeah, let's see, 100 dia each time you complete it, plus this kind of dia scattered around the maps in these little cartridges or these little story pack areas. So again, go ahead and take advantage of that. I accidentally clicked on that. This is one of the character packs or the storylines, so you guys can go ahead and go through that. Let's go ahead and get out of here, I guess. Here, that was a misclick. So we're gonna go back to, okay, so we're back to here. Not sure what happened there, but that's really the major stuff I wanted to go ahead and cover. Actually, one more thing. In this little event tab, sorry, again, probably should have scripted this video, but hey, I wanted to make a quick little video. As you're going through and completing through the events, the event stories and missions, you'll be able to get a bunch of these little event currencies as well, these like side event currencies, and you could use that for this little roulette wheel, where you're able to win a bunch of random prizes, including some draw tickets, which, hey, I'm telling you guys, every draw ticket counts. BrownDust 2 is pretty free to play as of right now, so you shouldn't be too worried about, oh, I don't have enough pulls. For the most part, as long as you're not trying to +5 every character, you should be good, guys. I think so. Another thing is, I probably almost forgot to mention, in regards to these character costumes here, because you're probably wondering, well, what if I don't, what if I am unable to get this character? Let's go back to Wilhelmina, for example. Where is Wilhelmina? She is right here. Okay, so Wilhelmina, her banner ends July 3rd. Let's say you just are unlucky. You're not able to pull for a copy of Water Park Queen Wilhelmina. You just aren't unable to. You're not able to get to the pity, or even you didn't get enough copies. Maybe you wanted more copies and you just missed out on it. Fortunately, a lot of times after these banners end, or once you go to the shop, in the next update, there's usually a rotation in a place called the Powder of Hope shop. So under the golden thread, you press on a Powder of Hope shop, and you'll see these top 4 costumes being shown here. And you could use your little Powder of Hopes here that you acquire through exchanging draw tickets in order to pull for characters. 200 guest powders you're able to exchange for 1 copy of a costume. It's very nice. You definitely want to go ahead and keep that in mind if you don't get enough copies, or if you just miss out on the character costume in general. So keep that in mind. So Wilhelmina should be coming to this shop. I believe so, at least. If she doesn't, I apologize. But from what I understand, she should be coming to the shop immediately after the next major update, which is in about 2 weeks or so. But guys, that's really it for this video here. I thank you so much for watching, guys. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you have any questions regarding or any of these characters for sure. I'll be happy to I'll be happy to answer any questions down below in the comments. I'm not too much of a meta guy. I've said that in multiple videos. I probably said that in every video at this point. But again, I'm not much of a meta guy. However, I do know, I can at least help you guys navigate the UI of BrownDust 2 and give you guys some, advice or information regarding what to do for BrownDust 2, what you don't really necessarily need to do for polls. So, again, let me know in the comments below if you have any questions regarding that here. Let me just go ahead and show you guys the free costumes at the end. I don't blame you guys if you want to click off the video now, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys the free costumes here if you're interested. But if you're wondering for the other free costumes, so of course the major free costume of this event is Dream Bride Eclipse here, so you definitely want to go ahead and pull for her. In addition, we have Dalvi, which is another costume that's being rerun, the Summer Dalvi. She was last year's, I believe, free costume. Yeah, last year's free costume. I'm trying to remember. I started BrownDust 2 literally right after this costume was given out, which is a little unfortunate, but I have her now. But you're able to get both of them to +5, so definitely don't want to miss out on that, guys. But again, thank you so much for watching. Definitely like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more BrownDust 2 content like this, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.